In this jaw-dropping comparison, witness the raw power of Tyrannosaurus, nature's ultimate predator, as it faces rivals from across the prehistoric world. With bone-crushing bites and unstoppable ferocity, can any dinosaur withstand its terrifying assault? Prepare for shocking battles where strength, strategy, and survival collide in epic prehistoric showdowns. The Tyrannosaurus was a fierce predator, with immense jaws, sharp teeth, and unmatched aggression, dominating its prehistoric world with terror. The iguanodon, a peaceful herbivore, lived in herds for safety and relied on cooperation to survive. Despite its size and defensive thumb spikes, it stood little chance against the ferocious Tyrannosaurus. When confronted, Iguanodon often attempted to flee, but many fell victim to the predator's unmatched strength and relentless hunting strategy. Acrocanthosaurus, a massive predator with a distinctive tall spined back, relied on brute strength and relentless attacks to dominate its territory. Known for ambush hunting, it struck prey with devastating force. In a fierce confrontation with Tyrannosaurus, its endurance, size, and raw aggression secured a surprising victory, proving its dominance among the apex predators. Albertosaurus, a swift and cunning predator, relied on speed and sharp senses to hunt effectively. Though smaller than Tyrannosaurus, it used agility and endurance to its advantage. In direct confrontations, however, the sheer power and crushing bite of Tyrannosaurus often overwhelmed Albertosaurus, proving dominance through brute force in their prehistoric battles. Allosaurus, a cunning predator of the late Jurassic, hunted in coordinated packs using agility and sharp teeth to bring down large prey. Though formidable, it lived millions of years before Tyrannosaurus. In imagined confrontations, its teamwork and speed clashed against the T-Rex's raw strength, highlighting two distinct hunting strategies in dinosaur evolution. Ankylosaurus, a massive predator from the Permian period, relied on brute strength and powerful jaws to dominate its era. Stocky and aggressive, it thrived as an apex hunter. In a hypothetical clash with Tyrannosaurus, Ankylosaurus's raw force met overwhelming speed and precision, revealing the devastating edge of the Cretaceous king's evolved predatory power.
Carcharodontosaurus, one of the largest carnivorous dinosaurs, was famed for its blade-like teeth and relentless hunting style. Preferring open plains, it ambushed massive prey with precision. In a showdown with Tyrannosaurus, its size and ferocity posed real danger. Yet the tyrant's bone-crushing bite and endurance often secured dominance in these prehistoric power struggles.
Carnotaurus, a swift predator with distinctive horns, relied on speed and sudden charges to ambush prey. Its slender body and powerful legs made it an efficient hunter. When confronting Tyrannosaurus, Carnotaurus's agility and aggression clashed with sheer strength and bite force, often proving that speed alone was not enough against the Cretaceous apex predator. Ceratosaurus, a medium-sized predator marked by its horned snout, thrived as an opportunistic hunter near rivers and wetlands. Agile and fierce, it targeted fish and smaller dinosaurs. When confronted by Tyrannosaurus, its speed and ferocity were tested, yet the sheer size and crushing dominance of the larger predator often proved too overwhelming. Brachiosaurus, known as the frozen crested lizard, lived in Antarctica's harsh environment, hunting smaller dinosaurs with speed and cunning. Its unique head crest made it distinctive among predators. In a clash with Tyrannosaurus, its agility and intelligence proved impressive, yet the sheer size and crushing bite of the larger predator left Brachiosaurus overwhelmed.
Spinosaurus turosus, a fearsome tyrannosaurid, thrived as a dominant predator with crushing jaws and sharp teeth. Known for hunting in packs or alone, it ruled its territory with aggression. When confronting Tyrannosaurus, the larger and stronger rival, Spinosaurus fought fiercely but often succumbed, proving T-Rex's superiority in raw power and dominance. Eocarcharia, the dawn shark, was a fearsome predator of the Sahara, armed with blade-like teeth and a powerful build. It hunted large prey with slashing attacks, relying on persistence and brutality. In a clash with Tyrannosaurus, Eocarcharia's ferocity was undeniable, but the tyrant's crushing bite and immense size ensured ultimate dominance.
Facilosuchus agudo, a giant Rausuchian from the Triassic, was a fierce land predator, relying on agility and crushing jaws. As an apex hunter of its time, it ruled before true dinosaurs. In a hypothetical battle with Tyrannosaurus, its speed and ferocity proved impressive, but the Cretaceous giant's size and bite power ensured dominance.
Gigantosaurus, one of the largest carnivores, relied on speed and cooperative hunting to dominate prey across South America. Its serrated teeth inflicted deep wounds, wearing victims down over time. When clashing with Tyrannosaurus, the battle became a contest of endurance versus raw bite force, creating an epic struggle between two of history's greatest predators.
Gojirasaurus, an early theropod from the Triassic, was agile and opportunistic, relying on speed and sharp teeth to hunt smaller prey. Though formidable in its time, it lacked the immense size and crushing power of later predators. Against Tyrannosaurus, Gojirasaurus's swiftness meant little, as the Cretaceous giant easily overwhelmed it in battle.
Dinosaurs to fight? No. But do they want to fight? For some, it is what they were born for, what they live for, and what they're willing to die for. That is a purity that few humans have.
Kelmasaurus, a formidable theropod from early Cretaceous China, was armed with strong jaws and sharp teeth suited for ambush hunting. Solitary and territorial, it relied on raw aggression to dominate rivals. In a confrontation with Tyrannosaurus, its ferocity was undeniable. Yet the immense size and crushing power of the Cretaceous apex predator proved overwhelming. Macrothorax, the largest megaraptor, was a swift and cunning predator, armed with enormous claws for slashing prey. Agile and intelligent, it relied on speed and ambush. In a confrontation with Tyrannosaurus, Maip's agility and ferocity clashed with brute strength, but the tyrant's crushing bite and size often decided the battle's outcome. Majungasaurus, a fierce predator from Madagascar, was known for its stocky build, short skull, and brutal hunting tactics. Often territorial and even cannibalistic, it relied on ambush and relentless aggression. Against the towering Tyrannosaurus, Majungasaurus's ferocity was undeniable, yet the larger predator's unmatched size and crushing bite ultimately secured dominance in their deadly confrontation. Maposaurus, a giant carnivore from South America, often hunted in coordinated packs, overwhelming even the largest prey. Its sheer size and teamwork made it a formidable predator. In battles with Tyrannosaurus, Maposaurus relied on group tactics, but against the lone king's crushing bite and ferocity, survival became a brutal test of dominance.
Macrothorax, a giant raptor from South America, was swift, intelligent, and relied on agility to hunt in packs. With razor-sharp claws and cunning tactics, it posed a lethal threat to prey. In a confrontation with Tyrannosaurus, Mip's speed and strategy clashed against sheer size and bite force, creating a brutal prehistoric showdown.
Brachiosaurus, the Asian cousin of Tyrannosaurus, was a fierce predator with strong jaws and sharp teeth, specialized in hunting large prey. Though slightly smaller, it shared the same ruthless instincts. In a confrontation with Tyrannosaurus, Tarbosaurus's aggression and power clashed violently, but the North American giant often dominated with greater size and strength.